15, 20 minutes. Okay, so if you're stumped, we'll get through. Helen? Okay. Now I need this bit. Isaiah 53 verse 10 tells us, "Yet it was the Lord's will to crush him and cause him to suffer. And though the Lord makes his life a guilt offering, he will see his offspring and prolong his days. And the will of the Lord will prosper in his hand. After the suffering of his soul, he will see the light of life and be satisfied. By his knowledge, my righteous servant will justify many, and he will bear their iniquities. Therefore I will give him a portion among the great, and he will divide the spoils with the strong. Because he poured out his life unto death, and was numbered with the transgressors. For he bore the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressors." He was made a guilt offering. He bore the sin of many. Previously, verse 4 told us, "Surely he took up our infirmities and carried our sorrows, yet we considered him stricken by God, smitten by him, and afflicted." That was Good Friday. That's why he went on a cross. And that's why I've given everybody who went in the first few rows a little envelope. So I'm going to use as a little picture. And it's a personal envelope because it's got the word "my" on it. And it's got a line at the bottom, and the idea is that's where you can put your name. But even if you choose not to put your name there, even if you choose to leave it on the chair and walk out, it doesn't matter. Because God still loves you so much that his son died on a cross. And he died on the cross because that's what the little hole's for. That's the nail. And the red is the blood. He died because he loved you, and he loves me. But there's also something else. My envelope is empty. There's nothing in it. A comment was made to me earlier today, the envelope's not big enough. Yeah, I agree. If my sin was to be put into an envelope, this room wouldn't be big enough. But the envelope is empty. Why? Because Christ has paid the price for it all. It's gone. And I have an assurance that though in my life I'll carry on doing things wrong, this envelope will stay empty. Because that is the power of the cross. That is the power of God. That is the power of the work that took place there at Calvary. And that is the power of the resurrection. My son said something to me today. Did Jesus really go to hell? Yeah. That's how much he loves me. But he conquered hell. He conquered death. The stone was rolled away. Isaiah spoke many years ago, but he also said some other things we might just have missed if we weren't listening quite attentively. Verse 10 tells us he will see his offspring and prolong his days. Verse 11, after the suffering of his soul, he will see the light of life and be satisfied. He needs to be alive for this to happen. Jesus himself said that the Son of Man was going to be crucified, was going to die, be put in a grave, and on the third day would rise again. The Gospels give us an account, each one, of a resurrection. Saul who became Paul, met Jesus on the road to Damascus. We have a living God. We have one who could say, it is finished. One who could be said about, he is risen. Experts have looked at all the evidence, and there's only one logical explanation for what's taken place. He's alive. The body wasn't stolen. He's alive. That has massive implications for your life and my life. He's alive. But let's go back 3.5 months very quickly. If you're quick with your maths, you'll work out that's Christmas. Christmas, Easter, sort of intrinsically linked in some weird and wonderful way. Don't you just love those 3 men who showed up with 3 gifts? Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Myrrh, that was used on Good Friday when they buried him. Frankincense speaks to us of a priest, the incense being offered. That is now. Because we have a Savior, a God who is interceding for us. Let's quickly turn to Hebrews. Hebrews 7. But because Jesus lives forever, he has a permanent priesthood. Therefore, he is able to save completely those who come to God through him, because he always lives to intercede for them. We have a living Savior who is interceding on our behalf. We have one who has taken that sin away. It's gone. And he's interceding between us and God. He hasn't just saved us, but he carries on with us. Those who believe, those who trust. And then we come to gold. Gold speaks of a king. Yes, his kingdom is now. But there is a time coming when he will reign on this earth. There is a time coming when he will be the king. We look at that rolled away stone. We hear those words that he is risen. There's also the words, he is coming. One day, it's gone. One day, the sin I carry on doing now will be gone. One day, the infirmities that I've got will be gone. Because he is risen. He is gone, but he's coming again. Let us rejoice this morning in knowing that we can have confidence in our God because he is risen. We do not worship a dead God, but a living God who is here amongst us and in our hearts. And if he's not there, he wants to be there because he loves us so much. He was willing to have nails put through his hands and his feet, yes. He was willing to descend to the depths of hell for you and for me. He's risen. He's coming. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil. We're coming towards an end. We would like to hear just some verses from the Bible that speak of what we've been trying to memorize this morning. Luke 24, verse 5 and 6. Why? You meant to have memorized it by now. Luke 24, verse 5 and 6. Why look for the living among the dead? He is not here. He has risen. Let me just work out how to do this. We're going to listen to some verses that give us that story. If I can just pause it a second because I haven't put the sound on. Luke 24, let's say together. Luke 24, verse 5 and 6. Why look for the living among the dead? He is not here, he has risen.